Hey, good day to everybody. Welcome to another video. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Adventure. Now, in this video, I would like to talk about something that's, I guess, depending on how you look at this topic, it could be somewhat controversial among the hashtag van life slash RV slash nomadic living community. But this is a topic that needs to be discussed that I don't feel enough people in this community discuss enough. Now, although many of you probably realize some of the advantages of living the hashtag van life, such as the ability to save money on overhead, as opposed to living in, let's say, sticks or bricks of some sort. And then, of course, you got the ability to make anywhere you want to be your backyard, so to speak. Like, if you don't like your neighbors or the area that you're in, all you gotta do is turn the ignition and drive, and you can be anywhere you want to be. That's all well and good. Now, granted, if you're living in an RV and you got the funds to hook up and pay lot rent every month or every week or every day or whatever the case might be for you, if you have an RV that's self-contained and you can just hook up, have water, shower, and all that good stuff, that's wonderful. And eventually, that's where I would like to be. I like to be to where I can go out here, purchase an RV, and hook up and pay lot rent, because quite frankly, I know for a fact I would have a lot more fun traveling the country like that, as opposed to doing what I'm doing currently, which is living out of a minivan. So basically, this video is going to be for those of you who are either A, you're thinking about living this lifestyle, or B, you ran into some bad luck and now you're forced to have to live like this. I mean, so I'm going to start by saying this. I mean, here are some of the downers of living this hashtag van lifestyle. I mean, for starters, it can be kind of tedious, especially when you're tired after you worked all day, to then have to drive around for maybe 20 minutes or so to find an area to sleep, an area that's quiet, that's safe, to where you feel safe, to where or you at least have some assurance that you're not going to get harassed either by law enforcement or by other people. And some, like for me, when I look for a place to sleep, sometimes I'll drive around, I'll look around. Most of the time, just to save gas and time, I'll just go on my phone and I might look up gas rest areas close to me and travel plazas close to me, truck stops close to me, and I'll go to one of those and I'll just kind of scope the area and see if it's going to be the ideal place for me to sleep for the night. If it is, I stay. If it isn't, I keep it moving. I mean, so that's one disadvantage of living this hashtag van lifestyle. And another disadvantage, which you'll see once I show you the tour of my van, will be, I mean, I tend to have quite a bit of stuff cramped into this small minivan, because I mean, I'm a good sized person. I like to exercise, and therefore I tend to eat a lot. And since I work 9 to 5, I have to have on my work clothes, on my clothes for working out, as well as on my, I guess, casual clothes for when I'm not working and I'm not at the gym working out. So when you see my van, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about by the hashtag van lifestyle being cramped. I mean, it's not as easy or as convenient or as comfortable to live like this as some of you might think. Because some of you may have watched all the big channels, and you may have listened to all the wonderful tunes and looked at all these people living their life in a van in forests or somewhere in the desert out west, which is really good. I watch that kind of stuff too. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. But there's a whole nother side to that lifestyle, which in most cases you're not gonna see, especially on Instagram or on Facebook. Because you got a lot of these people that are making these videos strictly for the purpose of gaining views. I'm not gonna lie, I wanna gain views and I wanna get paid for my content as well, like everybody else. However, I wanna be as truthful and as transparent as possible. I don't want to just sit here and tell you how wonderful this hashtag van lifestyle is when I know there's a whole nother side to this lifestyle. So for those of you that are contemplating on living like this, and you're going to give up your apartment, you're going to give up your home, you're going to sell everything under the sun, and you're going to live this lifestyle, and you're assuming that you're going to be happy, I'm going to still let you know that, yeah, that could be the case. But it could also be the case where you try this lifestyle and after a day or two you're like, you know what, health is life. I'd rather go back to sticks and bricks. And I don't want you to be in a position where you feel like that and then you're not able to go back to sticks and bricks due to not having any money because you spent all your money and resources on buying your van and buying all this stuff necessary to live this particular type of lifestyle. So now I've been living this hashtag van lifestyle for a time now for about a week, and I understand a week is not long. A week is like a penny in the bucket, if you will, compared to what many other YouTubers have been living. But I feel after living like this for a week, I feel compelled to talk about it and to share my personal experience living like this. And like I told you on other videos, I'm not living like this because I have to. I'm doing it because I choose to, because I want to save money so I can purchase me another house and pay cash here in Montgomery like I was able to at home in Indiana. So for those of you that are contemplating on living this lifestyle, as I say again, this video is for you. For those of you that are having to live like this because you're forced to, for lack of better terms, this video is for you too, because like when I show you my van, which I will show you on my next video, it will kind of give you an idea of some of the supplies you ought to have, and I'll kind of break down a little bit of the cost of what I spent for stuff. I mean, this is like one of the cheapest van builds that you're going to see when I show you that video. I mean, yes, it's going to be crowded, but cost-wise, it's going to be the most cost-effective way to build your van out. And some of you might not even own a van. You might have an SUV, which is smaller than a minivan, or you might have a car. Well, God bless you. I feel bad for you if you have a car and you're down on your luck. I mean, if you're able to, you might want to sell your car and get you a minivan like this. That way you can, at night, you can sleep a lot more comfortably rather than having to sleep in your passenger seat or curl up in your back seat if you're small enough to. So, another thing I like to point out about this lifestyle is just because you're living in a van does not mean that you're going to be bill free. I mean, people need to understand that just because you live in a van does not mean you're not going to have any bills. You're going to still have bills to pay. I mean, you're going to still have to eat. And for those of you that are unemployed, for those of you that are I can't even talk. For those of you that are unemployed and you're looking for work, even if you have work, whatever your case might be, you're gonna still have to have some means of taking a shower so you stay clean, brushing your teeth, you know, I need a shave, so you're gonna have to have some means of doing all that, just keeping up with your basic hygiene. Now, the way to do that is to get you a gym membership, which I do have one. I mean, I work out, take my shower, shave, brush my teeth, all at the gym. And I also charge my cell phone there as well, because I got my charger in my van, but the charger in my van is not as quick as plugging it into a regular outlet in sticks and bricks. So I use my gym for working out, showering, hygiene, and I also charge my cell phone in the gym too. Now, right now, due to COVID, a lot of your libraries are closed. I know here in Montgomery, all your libraries are closed. And I'm pretty sure the same holds true for many other parts of this country right now due to COVID. But if it wasn't COVID and the libraries were open, another thing that I would do is I would go to a library and I would go on their computer and do stuff on the computer, and the library would be another place where I would go and charge up my cell phone. So for those of you that are wanting to live this hashtag van life / nomadic lifestyle, that's another thing you need to bear in mind. Right now it's COVID. So certain businesses that are normally open at this particular point are not open, they're closed. So it just means that you're gonna have to be a little more creative in how you get things done. That's all that means. Now, fortunately, here in Montgomery, at least, many of your state parks are open. Like right now, I'm at one of the state parks here in Greater Montgomery, recording this video for y'all. So that's another thing you need to think about. Like, if you have a day off of work, you need to think, okay, well, where can I spend the vast majority of my day to where I'm out of everybody's way and people aren't going to be up in my business? You need to think about that kind of stuff, especially if it's raining outside. So, yeah, when it comes to living the van life, understand you will have bills to pay. I mean, you got to take into consideration you still got to gas your van up or your vehicle up. You still got to pay your auto insurance. You still got to have money for repairs. You got to at least have money for a gym membership. That way it can keep itself clean and looking half decent so you don't look all dusty. And I would say at least once every couple of weeks, you're going to want to go to the car wash and clean your vehicle and vacuum your insides real good. That way you don't get bugs in your vehicle from all the crumbs that your vehicle probably has from eating. So you're going to want to, just like you keep your house or your apartment clean. For those of you that are living in sticks and bricks, for those of you that are living in your vehicle, just like you used to keep your house or your apartment clean, you're going to want to do the same thing for your vehicle. In fact, if you're living in a vehicle, it's going to be, in my humble opinion, extra important to keep your vehicle clean. That way you don't attract bugs or rodents or any of that or anything like that. So you're going to have money to do all that. And let's see, what else can I think of? And of course, you're going to need money for food. Now, of course, the most cost-effective way to live like this when it comes to food is to go grocery shopping. Now, if you got the money to get solar and other type of technology, you can get you a cooler that's specially made for your vehicle. If you don't got the money, then you have to do the old school way. Get you an ice chest and a couple of big bags of ice. And what I do personally is I don't grocery shop like I do when I'm at home. Like when I'm at home, I grocery shop for the whole week. When I'm on the road traveling, living this hashtag van life, I buy enough food just for 3 days. That way, everything that I have I know will stay fresh. I'll have enough ice to keep it all fresh. And and for any weird reason, if all the ice melts and things start going bad, rather than throwing away a whole week's worth of food, I'm only going to have to dispose of a couple of days worth of food, which money-wise will be a lot more cost-effective, and I won't be wasting there as much stuff. So bear that in mind too. You're going to have money for food. You're going to have money for ice. And as time goes by, you're going to need to have money for all the stuff that you'll need to live this type of life, to be able to live this type of life. I mean, you'll need some sort of padding you'll need some sort of like for me, I got a trim mattress in the back. I got my cooler of ice for food, and again, I will show you all this when I do my van tour video. You'll kind of get a better glimpse of what I'm talking about. And just like at home, when you're in sticks and bricks, there's going to be other things that might come up in your life unexpected that you might have to deal with that will cost a little bit of money. Like if you're camping out, or you're living somewhere out of state away from your family or your close friends, something might come up. You might have to take that drive back home, or you might have to fly somewhere for whatever reason. So you're going to want to have money for all those occasions. I mean, other things might come up, such as some sort of a natural disaster, like a tornado, or if you're about to golf a hurricane. So if that happens, then you're going to want to have a little bit of money set aside for a hotel. Or if it's a super hot day, you might need a hotel for that night, because it might be too hot to be in your vehicle. I mean, I'm down here in Alabama, and right now, even though it's the last week of October, right now the temps, it's like 80 some degrees. And the humidity, in my humble opinion, is pretty high. I mean, I'm from Indiana, so, Indiana gets humidity too, but not like they get down here in Alabama. I mean, I think right now at home in Indiana, the temperature is like, I want to say the high in Indiana is like in the 50s or low 60s. So here in Alabama, it's a good 20 some odd degrees warmer compared to what it is at home in Indiana. But anyways, my point is, you might need to get a hotel for a night or two due to natural disasters, due to extreme temperatures, whether it be real hot or real cold. And those are costs that you're going to want to factor in before you engage in this van life full time. You're going to want to compare the cost of living in a van versus the cost of living in a low price hole in the wall studio apartment, and for those of you that are own, versus the cost of what it would run to own a modest home in a modest price neighborhood. So those are, so when it comes to money, understand that you will need money to live this hashtag van lifestyle. It's not free. Just because you're sleeping in a vehicle does not mean you're going to be living free, because you're not. I would say in many cases, the cost of living in a van or in some vehicle is no cheaper than living in a low-price studio apartment. Like I said, I've been doing this lifestyle for a week, so I'm still kind of calculating the cost. I'm still ascertaining some of the realities of living this type of life, and I'm still contemplating, or rather, I'm going to continue to live this type of life, and if I am, for how long. I mean, my goal at this point is to live like this for 6 months, if it makes sense to live like this for 6 months. Because I figure in 6 months, I'll have enough money to buy me a house and pay cash. due to the amount of hours that I'll be working on my job. And another thing is for those of you, I mean, whether you're working 9 to 5 or you work online, another thing to consider is at any given time, you can lose your job for whatever reason. And if you lose your job, there's no guarantee of how long it's going to take for you to get you a new job. And then when you get your new job, there's no guarantee of how much money you're going to be earning on that job. You might make more than what you made on your old job. You might make less. I mean, one never knows. So when you live in this van life, you're going to want to consider that as well. So there's a few other things that I probably can discuss if I think hard enough about it, but this video is getting a little long, so I'm going to cut it right here. If I think of anything of significance, I'll make a part 2 to this video. I will see you on the next video. Have a good day.